Good morning from Kiev, everybody. We're just getting ready to head out and explore some historic sites, maybe see some cathedrals. So before we leave, I just want to say that this is probably the best Airbnb I have ever stayed in. It is so unbelievably convenient. It is right on Kyiv, so as you walk out of the door, all the bars, restaurants, cafes and shops are like on your doorstep, and it's so good for exploring the area. There's so many things within walking distance. It's great. The decor is so nice and clean, and there's no dust everywhere. And you know how I know there's no dust? Because I'm not sneezing, and I will literally sneeze at the tiniest bit of dust. I'm very allergic to dust, and that is how I know this place is very clean and very well maintained, because there's no dust anywhere. It's super clean. Let me quickly show you the bathroom, although I don't know how messy it is because we did use it yesterday. So look at these mirrors. It's like a Hollywood style mirror in the bathroom, and you get a bath and a shower too right there behind me. Isn't that nice? Again, very spacious. Love it. Let's turn these off before we head out because we want to save electricity. And then over here is the living room. You get a coffee table, you get a TV, a nice relaxing sofa, so you can relax after your long journey and watch some Ukrainian television, which is crazy. People think Japanese TV is a little bit extreme. Ukrainian TV is also extreme. Yeah, so this is all very nice, as you can see, but over here, this is really important because this is where we store the kefir. And kefir is very important. Here we go. Just like babushka used to give me. So yesterday, the host of the Airbnb, the hostess of the Airbnb, she met up with me and she helped me find my way because I cannot remember where anything is. So I'm very grateful to her. And if I'm completely honest, nice service in Kiev can be a little bit difficult to find. I think the lady who owns this Airbnb, she's very used to dealing with people from America and England and a lot of English-speaking countries. So she knows how to cater to the Western customer. Yeah, even though I'm not really a Western customer, but still. Okay, so I've had my kefir, I've had my coffee. Let's go explore Kiev. We had a little change of plan. We're gonna go to Buzata Hata now to check if they have vareniki, because I still have not eaten any sour cherry vareniki here, and neither has John, and we really want him to try them because they're delicious. They have vareniki, finally, vareniki z vishny. It took us a few days to find this actually. It's shocking, but they sell out really fast and they need to remain fresh, you know? So it's like a pastry, like a dumpling, a thick dumpling. Inside is sour cherry, and then you eat it with sour cream. Beautiful buildings here. I believe this is where a lot of the government buildings are, and also where the House of Chimera is. Whoa, it looks so cool. The architecture is very detailed.
The House of Chimera is definitely one of the most impressive buildings I have ever seen. Its history is just as mysterious as the facade. Some say that the many animals seen within the architecture are a representation of the architect's love of hunting. Vladislav Gorodetsky created the animals entirely of cement, and as well as being a talented architect and adventurer, some also believed he was a powerful sorcerer.
There's a lot of spooky stories about the building behind me, one of them being that the guy who built it cursed the building so that every banker or businessman, whoever lives there, will lose all their money. I don't know if it is true or not, but there's a few other spooky stories too. But it looks quite menacing. John, what did you say it reminded you of? Bloodborne, the game Bloodborne, yeah. Actually, the only other place I can compare this area to is Universal Studios in Japan, Hogwarts and Hogsmeade. I don't know why, but it's like the trees and the spooky house. Doesn't it look like Hogsmeade? So cool. The whole of Kiev looks like something out of a fairy tale. You know, like those European fairy tales. So pretty. How far is it? Do you want me to find out how far it is on my phone?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, because we can.
I got a SIM card when I arrived in Kiev airport. You can also get a SIM card just as you exit the Boryspil airport. There's like Vodafone and Kyivstar. If you're staying in Kiev, Kyivstar technically is supposed to be better, from what I've heard anyway. That's the one I went with. The text messages and the phone minutes went really quickly, but the data is unlimited as far as I know. So that is what I have been using for directions. So we just called an Uber to St. Sophia's Cathedral because that will be a lot quicker for us to get there that way, rather than taking the bus or walking. I believe it's a 30-minute walk from Bankovskaya Street to St. Sophia's Cathedral. Uber exists in Ukraine. It's not a problem using it here. I've used it several times here, so it's a quick and easy way to get around. Also, we're very short for time because we have a booking in a restaurant, so we're trying to like speed things up a bit. So after this eventful day, we're going to get some Ukrainian food, which is nice because I'm very hungry. Everybody's really, really hungry.
Thank you. I hope that's close.
За здоровье.
It's actually really good for you. It's got probiotics in it. It's got like the tiniest bit of alcohol in it, like 1%. So you're not going to get drunk off this, don't worry. So actually, my food was forgotten, and when I reminded them about my food, they told me it was going to be 7 minutes because they haven't put it in the oven yet. Which is weird because my mum and John both got their mains. We actually just had to leave that restaurant. Let me tell you, that restaurant needs Gordon Ramsay because, first of all, my main wouldn't come out at all. So I asked them, where is my main? And it turns out that they completely forgot to put it in the oven. So I said to him like, okay, that's fine, I understand, mistakes happen, whatever. When the main did come, which was not in 7 minutes, it was like in 20 minutes, and you cut open the camembert. It was a baked camembert, by the way. You cut open the camembert and it was like raw inside. It was like hard camembert, and oh, it tasted so bad. It was so bad. So at this point I was just frustrated and annoyed, so I said, I'm not paying for this, and we had a bit of a verbal discussion, a firm discussion with the waiters. He took the camembert into the kitchen, and basically I think he must have shouted at the kitchen staff. One of the waiters actually told us that the front of house and the kitchen don't communicate very well. This is why they forgot to put my food in the oven. They took the camembert off our whole, bill, but still, it was just really bad. It was really bad and too expensive for what it was, and I don't recommend it. I don't recommend Opanas in Kiev. There are plenty of other cheaper and better places to go. So if you're walking around and exploring, you might come across these coffee buses, and they really remind me of The Sims. What is that Sims called? Spooky Town? It wasn't called Spooky Town. It was a Sims Mystery Town. Sims Making Magic. Mystery Town, Spooky Town. Yeah, it really reminds me of The Sims Making Magic, and I really like them. Doesn't it look like something you'd see in The Sims Making Magic? So cool. We're going somewhere else to eat now because I have like an aubergine, but it should be okay. These things happen, A lot of my friends would appreciate, So this is блинчики с вишней и блинчики с абрикос и компот. I'm gonna try, oh my god, my accent's all over the place. I'm gonna try the, как это, блинчики с вишней.
No. Okay, I'll just find a little bit.
Honestly, 10 times better
than anything I had at Opanas. So we are celebrating my birthday at Mama Gochi, which is like a Georgian restaurant that is pretty close to where we're actually staying, which is amazing. We ordered a lot of food and a lot of wine, and it should be a really good night. My uncle is here too, so it should be incredible. So yeah, let's try some Georgian food. I've actually never tried Georgian food before, but I'm really looking forward to it. Oh wow, this is amazing. We actually have such a beautiful table. We're sitting right by the outside and everything gets lit up at night, so it's just so pretty. And just to let you guys know, if you do come here and you do eat meat and you want to see the stuff prepared in front of you, like the shashlik and the kebabs being made in front of you, you can actually see it through the window which we're sitting in front of.
Banana, papaya, maracuja. Mi bella. Finisco. Mamma mia. Oh, banana.
One of the risks of sitting so close to the outdoors, the outside of the restaurant, is that you may be intercepted by a very sneaky and excited minion who keeps saying banana. But yeah, just say no. Honestly, in Ukraine, if anybody ever walks up to you and tries to sell you something, just say no. It's not a big deal. It's pretty safe. I mean, be streetwise, obviously. So my first course is aubergine with like a chestnut paste inside. It is a vegetarian option. It looks and smells very good. Oh my goodness, that is so good. It's very creamy, but the aubergine is firm. So if you're not a fan of that kind of like squidgy texture of aubergine, you will probably like this. So we got some khachapuri, which is like a Georgian type bread, and this is khachapuri with cheese, which is vegetarian. I don't believe I've ever tried it. If I did, I don't remember, so I'm interested to see what this tastes like. One of the vegetarian options that the waiter recommended me was this like a bean pate, and it is delicious. It's very rich in flavor. It comes with some pickles and also some chilies, and the chilies are actually hot. Yes, but okay. I'm gonna be showing my uncle some of the modeling work that I did in Ukraine. I haven't seen him for a really long time, so I'm excited to show him stuff. Did I say Ukraine? I meant Japan. The modeling work I did in Japan, not Ukraine. I think I'm ready to fall into a food coma, and so is John, because we ate so much food, but we still ordered dessert. And I believe there's a word for having a second stomach, a separate stomach for dessert in Japan. I can't remember it right now, but I'll put it here. Mama, это как парфе в Японии. Парфе. Да. But this is like a Georgian parfait. We are done with our meal. It was amazing. The service was amazing. The food was amazing. So I highly recommend Mama Gochi for you guys if you come to Ukraine, to Kiev. So now we are heading back to our apartment. Yeah, that's my birthday. I had a really amazing day today.
Happy birthday to you, Kiev cake. Happy birthday
to Kiev cake? Who the hell is Kiev cake?
Make a wish, 1, 2, 3. Oh!
Спасибо. Спасибо, this is so... I was in a toilet and you were like, get out! I need to go to the bathroom. I'm like, I know what you're doing. This is terrible.
Oh, I forgot to put my slippers away.
Which one?
Oh, one's on my feet. There you go. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Today we are moving out of Kiev.
We've had a great time. Kiev was amazing. And now we're all packed up and ready to go back to England and then back to Japan, which is great. I think I've got everything. I always think I forget stuff, but I don't think I forgot anything. Goodbye, beautiful Airbnb. I wish I could live here. It's so pretty. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful Airbnb. Prawda, Mom? We're just waiting for our Uber now to get to the airport. It's either that or metro and then Skybus. And I don't really want to go on the metro, like on the crazy fast escalators with a suitcase. So yeah, I'm gonna get Uber. Oh, is this us? We made it through security, we got ourselves a coffee. The airport is very empty today. We actually expected it to be much busier than this because the second airport is closed. So we arrived extra early, but there's nobody here. So because we are in a Slavic country, we have a bear. Oh, look, it's so cute.